Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am in the beautiful Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Behind me is Beaver Lake. For today's Vinyasa, I would like us to all really think about the true meaning of Vinyasa, of intentional movement with breath, or it truly means to place in a specific way with breath. So today we're going to focus on quite a bit of repetition in finding our flow. That is our true union. That is what yoga means. So finding your yoga today and your rhythm and your own union. For today's practice, we may use 2 blocks. As you know, we may need them, we may not. I like for you to have them. And when we're ready, we're going to get started in comfortable seat, our Sukhasana. I always like to take that block under my sit bones, giving myself a little bit of height. Start to wiggle in, rock back and forth, side to side. Maybe finding some twists, maybe wiggling out the brow, squeezing the eyes, scrunching the nose. Maybe open the mouth wide. And gently shutting it. Roll the shoulders around, roll the wrists. Just check in. Wiggle all the fingers and the toes. As we start to ground down into the legs, notice the tilt of the pelvis, rotating the pelvis forward. Shining that solar plexus forward. Shoulders draw down and back. Lengthen up from behind the ears. Palms face down to ground. Flip up to receive. Let's close the eyes and just breathe. Just noticing the breath, inviting the inhales deeper, seeing what it means to complete your exhale. Pulling that navel up and in, squeezing out the extra breath. Just like we squeeze out unnecessary thoughts, unneeded things at this time. Letting yourself come into your practice fully, letting that inhale bring you closer into presence, onto your mat, into your body. Let every exhale relieve you of stress, of worry, of guilt, or anticipation. Asking yourself to feel where the energy is distributed in the body, where the energy feels dense, where the energy feels light. Notice how that shifts during practice. So we start to find some circles with the neck. Guide the head around. As far as feels good in every direction. Switch directions when you need. Maybe there's one spot in particular you just want to spend time with. Inviting that breath into the neck and shoulders. This is where we store a lot of our stress, a lot of our worry, a lot of our anticipation. The weight of our world sits on these shoulders. Waking it up, warming it up, increasing that blood flow, helping to flush out what's no longer serving us. 2 more breaths, and then returning the head back into center. The head guides back into neutral. Draw the shoulders down and back. We're pressing down into the legs, keeping the spine stacked. Keep the heart shining forward and the solar plexus shining forward. Releasing the hands to the side, shine the palms forward. Spread the fingers wide. Reach the fingertips out and down to the mat, pulling the shoulders down the spine, lengthen from behind the ears. Keep this strong. Begin to engage the core. Begin to engage the core. Pairing some movement with breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up and wide. On the exhale, micro back bend. Goalpost the arms, shine the palms to the sky, lengthen the throat, chin up to the ceiling. Inhale, hands high, gaze comes back to neutral. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pull it through, bring it down. Release the hands to the side. Inhale, sweep it up and wide. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, hands high. Take your time. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep it up and around. Keep those legs grounded. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep it up and around. Exhale, micro back bend, lift that chin. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find your breath, feel your vibration. Let the breath open the front and the back of the heart, soften the shoulders. Release the hands down to the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up and wide. We're going to goalpost the arms. This time, keep the palms facing forward. Keeping the length from behind the ears. Breathe. Keep yourself strong. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the elbows and hands together, lotus hands. Palms come to touch, spread the fingers wide. Inhale, open the heart, press the heart forward. Try to get the elbows to touch behind you. Exhale, round, but keep the spine stacked. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, bring it together, lotus hands. Inhale, open. Exhale, release the hands down to the side and release the fingers behind the back. Palms pressed together, press the fist down to the mat. Open up the heart, maybe rock the head around, one ear to the shoulder and then the other. Just get here, take 2 breaths. On the bottom of that breath, head comes back into center. Draw the shoulders down and back. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale to find circles. Lead with the heart. These circles are not meant to be large. They're not meant to be easy. Press the legs down to the ground. Engage the core. Close the eyes. Staying with your breath, switch directions when you are ready. Guiding the body around. This is meant to be challenging. Continue to press the legs down. 2 more breaths here. On the very bottom of that final breath, bring the body back into center. Pull the shoulders down and back. Fist pulls to the ground. Chin lifts to the sky. Inhale here and exhale. Release the hand. Shake out the arms and the shoulders. When you're ready, we're going to swing that left leg back behind us. Right foot rests on the top of the left thigh. Flex into that left foot if it's in your practice. If that's a little too much for the leg, take the top of the foot onto the mat. I stay seated on my block. That height gives me a little bit more room as we ground in the legs, lengthen in the spine. Begin to rock back and forth. Breathe. Warming up the body, warming up the hips. Bring those rocks into circles. Inhaling as we lean forward and around. Exhaling as we guide back and around. Checking in with the body, not getting discouraged with the body, and switching directions when you're ready. Switch the breath this time. Inhale as you guide back and around. Exhale as you lean forward and around. Two more breaths here. And returning back into center, we then switch the legs. Bring that left leg back in front of us, swinging the right leg back behind us. Top of that left foot rests on top of the thigh. Try to keep that right foot flexed if it's in your practice. Grounding down in the legs. Pressing the foot into the mat. Lengthening in the spine. Begin to rock back and forth. Be gentle with yourself, not only physically but mentally. Starting to bring in those circles when you're ready. Inhaling as you lean forward and around. Exhaling as you guide back and around. Remember, does not matter how large these circles are. Take it only as much as feels good. Stick with your breath and with your intention. Be kind. Think kind thoughts to yourself. Then switching directions of the circles. Switch the breath when you're ready. Two more breaths. Stay with it. Coming back into center. Rolling forward into a tabletop. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. Spread the fingers wide. Tuck those toes under. Let the head hang heavy. Shift the hips from side to side. Finding your way into neutral. Check in with those toes. Make sure that we can't see the feet between the knees, keeping the heels in line and center. Inhale into cow. Drop the belly. Lift the chin. Exhale, cat. Pull those ribs high. Tuck the chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exaggerate these movements. Exhale, cat. Coming back into center, pulling the shoulder blades apart, lengthening in the spine. Send the left leg long. Ball mount to the foot plants onto the mat. Rock it back and forth. Pressing into the ball mount to that foot, warming up the Achilles heel, the calf, the hamstring. Let's thank this foot. Let's thank this leg, this ankle. And when we're ready, we're going to take that left foot out to the side in line with the hip. Plant that foot flat. Keep those shoulder blades pulling apart. As we plant that foot strongly along the side, begin to rock back and forth. Offering an opening for the hip. Noticing the body. Stay with the breath. Lean as far back as feels good. Press as far forward as feels good. Maybe take it a little further each time. Maybe even a little hang time as it comes back and forth. You want a little bit more out of this. Take the foot a little bit higher, closer to being in line with the hands. Makes things a little bit different, a little bit more challenging, but listen to your body. Leave the foot where it was if that felt best. And when you're ready, return that left knee back under the hip. Right leg sends long ball mount to the foot, presses into the mat. Rock it back and forth. Again, opening up that calf, that Achilles heel, the foot. So much to be grateful for here. Send your love and appreciation to this leg, to this foot, to this ankle. Then guiding that right foot out to the side in line with the hip. Plant that foot. And then rocking it back and forth. Keep the left hip stacked with the knee. Again, as you rock back and forth, see if you want to take it a little further back, a little more further forward. Feel free to adjust that right foot, bringing it up higher or keeping it in line with the hip. Stay with your breath. Get everything you need from this. Then returning that right knee back under the hip, coming back to that tabletop, everything in line. Pull the shoulder blades apart. As we keep the tops of the feet pressing down into the mat, bring the back of the hand to the mat. Maybe one hand at a time, maybe both. Wiggle through those fingers, get that blood moving. Sending love to both wrists, love to both hands, as much or as little as you like from this. Feel free to take one hand at a time if you prefer. Thank and appreciate these wrists. Then bring the palm to the mat. Flip the wrists forward, fingertips face the knees. Hands could be as close or as far from the knees as you choose. You can lean back and forth, walk it out, bend into one elbow and then the other. Warming up these wrists, lots and lots of love, plenty of breath, plenty of oxygen. One more breath into these wrists. Then when you're feeling ready, shake them out, shake them loose, start to disperse some of that energy, let go of any of that heavy, sticky energy we found in there. So you spread the fingers wide, knees come out wide, toes come to touch. Inhale, press the heart forward. Exhale, child's pose, pressing down into the mat to guide the shoulders down the back. Slow surrender. Sigh it out once you arrive. Drop the belly, rest the head, come into our Ujjayi Pranayama, where the inhales are just as long as the exhales. In and out through the nose, bringing that slight constriction to the back of the throat, creating the sound of the ocean. Letting this breath carry you through your practice. evenly in, evenly out. Setting your intention for your practice today, noticing how you are feeling, not thinking about it, not analyzing, just noticing. Sending love and appreciation to every part of the body, how well it functions, what a gift it is we get to be here. Let yourself just breathe. Grounding down. 2 more breaths here. On the very bottom of that final breath, lift the gaze, begin to walk the hands back, tuck the toes under, bring the tail high, downward facing dog. Paddle it through, paddle it out, bend generously into one knee, straighten the other, shift the weight between the hands and the feet. Let your intuition guide you, move intuitively, move experimentally. Finding a space until you find your edge. Fingers are spread wide, arms are strong, let the head hang heavy. We're engaging the core to lift the tail high, bend into the knees until we can guide the heels a little closer to the mat. Keeping that energy guiding high up to the sky, come high on the toes and tippy-toe the feet halfway up to the center of the mat. Feet to hip distance, maybe a little wider. Bend generously into the knees. Inhale to find a little length in the spine looking forward. Exhale, ragdoll fold. We're decompressing the spine. Now, if this feels like a lot, you can always take blocks below the hands. If you want a little bit more, reach for opposite elbows. Shift the weight from side to side. Bend into the knees as much as feels good. This is more about decompressing the spine than it is about stretching the hamstrings. Sighing it out, be dramatic with your breath here. Drop both hands back down to the mat, planting the left hand or left fingertips in line with the face. Utilize a block if that feels best. Bend generously into the left knee, straighten the right leg. Find a flat spine, engage the core. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky, finding a twist. Opening, reaching that right arm up. Keep the hips squared. One more. Inhale to open those shoulders. On the exhale, switch the hands, bend generously into the right knee. Inhale, left arm opens. Opening the shoulders, take the gaze with the left thumb if it's in your practice. One more inhale, then we flow. Exhale, switch the hands, switch the knees. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, switch. Inhale, right arm reaches, left knee bends. Exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm opens, right knee bends. Exhale, switch. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, surrender. Let it go. 2 breaths. Lengthening that spine, opening the ribs just a little bit more. Let it out. On the bottom of that breath, inhale to sway and rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring the head up last, all the way to standing. Find intuitive movement now that you are stacked again. Roll out the neck, move the hips, shake out the body. There's no wrong way to get here. You're still feeling a little heavy, a little stagnant. Shake out the arms, kick out the legs, wiggle the body out. Let that expectation of yourself go. Finding our feet into center. Ball mount to the feet could be touching. We could be at hip distance apart. Shine the palms forward, draw the shoulder blades together and down the spine. Lengthen from behind the ears. Close the eyes and breathe. Coming back to the intention you set for yourself. Building our foundation from the ground up with intention. Lift all of the toes, fan them out wide. As we lift into the kneecaps, lightly squeeze the glutes, engage that Uddiyana Bandha. Feeling a density in the core, creating an engagement that lifts up behind the rib cage, shoulders pull back and down, reach the fingertips down, spread the fingers wide, lengthen up from behind the ears, breathe. Let that heat begin to build. When you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Think about taking up space here. Palms face one another, shoulders drop down the back, lengthen again from behind the ears. That's tucking that chin. Core is strong. One more inhale. On the exhale, goalpost the arms, lift the chin to the sky, micro back bend. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, forward fold, chin away from the chest, flat spine all the way down. Try to bring the fingertips in line with the toes, bend into the knees, tuck the chin. Very last. Make yourself small here. Let all the breath out. With a little more effort into this fold, try bending the elbows in towards the knees, maybe even wrap the hands behind the heels. One more time, let all your breath out. Lining up for a halfway lift, ground down into the feet. Act like you're going to pull the thighs apart, engaging the glutes. Inhale, lengthen here. Press the shins away. Try to find a flat back. Keep the gaze looking down. Shoulders pull apart and away from one another. One more inhale. Exhale, fold back into that small space. Inhale, mountain. Sweep the arms wide. Keep the gaze forward. Exhale, micro back. Bend open that heart. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen here. Use those glutes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. One more time. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide, preparing for our yogi squat. Toes out wider than the heels. I need my heels wider than my hips as we press into the fingertips. Inhale, take the gaze forward. Exhale into Malasana. Shift around from side to side. Bring support behind the heels if they're not quite touching. Take your time to get here. We can always offer a block under those heels if we do need that support. Take the stance a little wider if this is still difficult. As we start to bring the elbows into the knees, find your stillness, hands to heart center. Pulling the shoulders back and down. Try to lengthen in the neck. Squeeze the glutes if you want a little bit more of a challenge. Getting a little longer in that neck. I know I keep saying it, but try to tuck that chin. I mean it intentionally. We want to lift out of the crown. Try to squeeze those glutes one more time. Open those hips. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the fingertips. Take the tail high. Keep the gaze forward as you heel toe the feet in together. Now we're using secondary muscles of the feet for that. Exhale into that fold. Now we flow. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up and wide to mountain. Exhale, micro back. Bend. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Take the gaze forward. Inhale. Exhale, Malasana. Inhale, get a little taller. Hands come to heart center. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet into center. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, Malasana. Inhale, lengthen the neck. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Feel your strength. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, Malasana. Now we're going to be here for a few breaths. So wiggle it out, settle it in. Try to bring those elbows into the knees, drawing those shoulders back. We're opening the heart, opening the hips. This is not meant to be easy. Breathe. If you want a little bit of challenge, see if we can lift one heel and then the other. Switching gracefully from side to side, trying to keep the body centered, just working in with the secondary muscles of the feet. Seeing if we can lift both heels if it's in your practice. Nice big inhale, let the body shake if it needs. On the exhale, slowly lower those heels down, plant the fingertips, take the tail high, shift the hips from side to side, bringing that forward fold. Let that heat dissipate, that energy move around as we jump it back to our downward facing dog. Paddle it through, paddle it out. Spending 2 breaths here in movement or stillness, and then preparing for our crescent series. Coming back to that Ujjayi Pranayama. When you're ready, inhale the right leg high. Kick it up into the sky. Keep the hips square. Kicking up out of that foot, try to flex the foot, spread the toes, kick a little higher. One more inhale. And on the exhale, bring that foot through, plant it behind the right wrist. Stepping it through, staying up on the ball mound to the left foot, square the hips. Knee over ankle, take the gaze forward, inhale, rise up to crescent. Now take the hands to the hips. We want to square the hips, keeping them level front to back. Noticing if we're flaring the tail, try to tuck that tail, and once those hips are square and engaged, then guide the front knee over the ankle. Hands come high, shoulders drop down. We breathe. Feeling your strength, let the heat build. Keep that front knee over the ankle. One more inhale. And on the exhale, airplane arms, reach the hands back behind you like you're reaching the pinkies up to the sky. Lean the heart forward. Inhale, hands high, crescent. Exhale, interlace the fingers, steeple grip. We're going to step the back foot up, lining up for pyramid. Both toes face forward. Hips are still square. Feet are at hip distance apart. Bringing the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, leave the pointer finger and thumb long. Reach the fingertip to the sky, drop the shoulders down the back, core is strong. One more inhale. And on the exhale, begin to guide down, leading with that steeple grip round the spine. Release the hands when you get there. Frame the front foot if that's in your practice. Trying to bring the nose to the shin, maybe make the stance a little longer if it feels good. Take it a little further, micro bend in the front knee if that's a little spicy. Rock back and forth, side to side, just get yourself here. On the bottom of that exhale, shift the weight into the front foot, begin kicking the left leg up to the sky, fingertips in line with the toes. Kicking up to the sky as high as you can. Kick, kick, kick. Spread those toes. Activate the foot. One more inhale. Kick a little higher. Third eye guides towards the shin. And on the exhale, slowly plant the ball mound to the left foot down to the mat, lining up for our lizard pose. Front knee over ankle. Hands are in line with the front foot. So we're coming into a very low lunge. Neck is long. Body strong. One more breath. Let it all out. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, reach the right arm high, sweep it up, revolving lizard. Staying up on the ball mound with the foot, keep those glutes strong, twist with the shoulders, knees square with the hips. One more inhale, on the exhale, plant the hands, step it back, coming into a high plank. Fingers spread wide, shoulder blades pulling apart. Keep the body strong as we tuck the elbows into the body, lower down onto the belly, untuck the toes. Options for our vinyasa here. We can flip the palms up and inhale the chest up to a baby cobra, gluing that pelvis down to the ground using our core. Option 2 is we can take ourselves into our up dog, plant the hands below the shoulders as we press that away, engage the core to lift the body. Option to bring yourself to the knees and then guide the tail high for our down dog, or you can always float it up. Listen to your body and how you feel. Inhale, left leg high. We're moving and grooving. Hips stay square, kicking out of the ball, mount to that foot, kicking up, up, up. Spread those toes, flex the foot. One more inhale, a little bit higher. Exhale, low lunge, plant that foot behind the left wrist. Stay up on the ball mount to the back foot. Now feet stay on train tracks. Feet are at hip distance apart. Take the gaze forward. Inhale up into crescent. Hands to hips. Let's keep them square, front and back, as well as level. So we're not flaring the tail out. We're not overly tucking the tailbone, but keep things neutral. Once the hips are square, guide the front knee over the ankles. Hands come high, shoulders drop down. Stay with your breath. Trust this heat you are building. One more inhale. On the exhale, reach it back, airplane arms. Reach those pinkies up to the sky. Use those triceps. Inhale, crescent, hands come high. On the exhale, steeple grip, straighten both legs. Step that back foot up so we shorten the distance between the feet. Both toes face forward, core is strong. One more inhale, avoid that banana back. On the exhale, engage the core, pull it in as you guide the hands down, hollowing out the core like you got punched in the belly. Bring it down, release the hands to frame the foot. Notice if we want to adjust our stance in the feet, make it a little longer, a little shorter. Third eye drawing to the shin, micro bend in the front knee if that's too spicy. Breathing. Rock it around to get acquainted. Don't be shy. One more inhale. One more full breath. As you shift the weight into the left leg, kick that right leg up. Squeeze that glute. Kick, kick, kick. Use the flexing of the foot. Spread the toes. Kick it high. Third eye guides closer to the shin. Walk the fingertips back in line with the toes if it's in your practice. One more inhale. Kick a little higher. A little bit higher. And then slowly lower that right foot down. Ball mount to the foot. Plants. Front knee over ankle. Hands come in line with that left foot. Planting the hands. Coming into that deep low lunge. Square the hips. Lengthen the neck. Shoulders draw away from the ears. One more breath. Let it out. As we inhale, left arm high. Revolving lizard. Think about turning the shoulders just as much as you are reaching high. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, flowing through whatever variation of a vinyasa you choose. Inhaling to up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, make your way to down dog, however is comfortable for you. Resetting the breath with a few sighs to let it out. And coming back to our Ujjayi pranayama, preparing to flow, pairing each breath with the movement. When you're ready, thank your body. Bottom of that breath, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, hands high, steeple grip, straighten the legs. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, kick it up, half splits. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving lizard. Exhale, chaturanga. Any variation. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, hands high, steeple grip, straighten the legs, shorten the stance. Exhale, down to pyramid. Inhale, half splits, kick it up. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving lizard. Exhale, chaturanga. Any variation of vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, hands high, steeple grip, straighten the legs. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, half splits. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving lizard. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, hands high, steeple grip. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, half split. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, shorten the stance, steeple grip. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, half split. Standing splits. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving lizard. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, hands high, steeple grip. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, your baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Final round. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, steeple grip. Straighten those legs. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, standing splits. Kick it up. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Final time. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, hands high, steeple grip. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, revolving. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Paddle that through, paddle it out. 2 breaths, bring it in, sigh it out. Drop down, take a break, child's pose, or sit to meditation. Find what feels good for you as you slow down your breath, slow down your heart rate. Just feel yourself. Guiding your breath and your body back to your Ujjayi Pranayama as you tuck the toes under, take the tail high, downward facing dog. Movement or stillness, just notice where we're at. Appreciate how different this down dog feels compared to the first one today. Settling in, finding your edge, drawing those heels a little closer to the mat. When you're ready, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge behind that right wrist. Inhale, crescent. And on the exhale, slowly lower the left knee down to the mat. Untuck the toes, keep the hips square. You can keep those toes tucked if you feel more stable. Front foot is grounded. A lot of times we have this habit of bringing all the weight onto that left knee. But share the weight between both legs. Hips are square. Weight is even. Breathe. As we come into an exalted Anjaneyasana, inhale the hands high, pressing the hips forward. And on the exhale, reach that left hand back to the back of that thigh or calf. So pressing that right arm up, 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 opening the side. So we're moving on the angle like you're reaching to the back left corner of your mat. One more inhale. And on the exhale, switch, planting the right hand on the outside of the right foot. Reach that left hand to the top right corner of your mat. Guiding the hips forward, opening that side body. We're attempting to open it all the way from that left hip flexor, all the way up through the armpit. One more inhale, reach it forward. And on the exhale, bring it back and around. Left hand plants, right arm reaches back and to the left. Stay with your breath. Inhaling as we reach that left arm forward to the right. Exhaling as we bring that right hand reaching back. Inhale, reach it forward and over again, moving on the diagonal and then swinging both hands to frame the front foot. Bringing the hands on the inside of the right foot, heel toe that right foot out to the very edge of the mat. We find ourselves a more dynamic variation of half splits. Drawing the hips back, flexing the right foot, lengthen and try to flatten the spine. Keeping that foot on the outside of the hands, we're leaning back, opening up that hamstring, and then walking it forward, walking the hands forward, pressing the hips forward, leaning from that runner's lunge, and then back into a half splits. We're going to stay with our breath. Open the heart, keep the chin off the chest. Inhale, press the hips forward, walk the hands forward. Exhale, walking the hands back, flexing the right foot, half splits. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, rock it back. Inhale, bring it forward. Tucking the left toes, we're going to lift that left leg strong. Plant hands, plant below the shoulders. Lengthen in the neck and then step it back into our chaturanga. Nice and slow. Inhale to up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Bring the hands to the hips. Slowly lower the back knee down. Again, check in with the hips. Leave the back toes tucked or untucked, keeping the right knee or that left knee over the ankle. Square the hips. Hands come high. Lunge those hips forward. Anjaneyasana. Bring a nice big inhale. On the exhale, exalted Anjaneyasana. Right hand comes back to the right calf or the thighs. We reach that left arm to the back right corner of the mat. Remember, moving on diagonal. Inhale, slowly switch. Reaching that left hand on the outside of the left foot. Reach the right arm to the top left corner of the mat. Again, we're lengthening the side body all the way from the right hip flexor up into that right armpit. Reaching and opening. Try to keep those shoulders open. Press the right hip forward. One more inhale. On the exhale, reach it back. Left arm reaches back into the right. Moving on that diagonal. Inhale, switch. Right arm reaches forward and left. Exhale, exalted, bring it back. Inhale, switch. Exhale, exalted, bring it back. Inhale, switch. And then slowly guide the hands on the inside of the foot. Walk that left foot out to the edge of the mat. As we come into that dynamic variation of our half splits, starting that runner's lunge, untucking the back toes, guiding the hips back, flex that left foot. So again, that left foot is on the outside of the hands, a little bit wider than usual. Lengthen in the neck, keep the heart open, chin away from the chest, then lunge it forward as you inhale. Press the hips forward, walk the hands in line with the foot. Exhale, guide it back, flex the foot. Inhale, press it forward, walk it forward. Exhale, guide it back, flex that foot if you can. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward, press the hips. Hands below the shoulders, tuck that right toe under, lift the right leg strong. Inhale, engage. Exhale, step it back into your variation of chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Sigh it out, let it go. As we come high on the toes, tippy toe the feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, sweep the arms up and wide. Exhale, back, bend, open that heart. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to prepare for some balancing poses. Adjust your clothes, find your favorite spot on your mat, wiggle things out. Whatever needs to happen. Let go of any of that rigidity in the body. And when you're ready, bring your feet into center. Ball mount to the feet, touching your hip distance apart. Hands to heart center. Let's build that heat once again. Lifting all the toes, fan them out wide. Lifting into the kneecaps. Light squeeze into the glute. Find the strength in the core. Shoulder blades pressed together. Pull down the spine. Lengthen from behind those ears. Bring that slight tuck to the chin. As we focus our drishti, look at one non-moving point in the room, then shifting the weight into the left leg. Kickstand in the right foot. Kicking that right knee out to the side, noticing if we're dropping into those hips, use the core to lift it higher as we then place that right foot onto the shin. Or onto the shin, more onto the calf. You can take the foot higher if you choose. Fly your branches. Move the arms if you want to challenge. And if it feels good, interlace the fingers behind the back. Pull that fist down towards the mat. Lift the heart. Reaching in opposite directions. Crown is reaching up. Foot is grounding down. Breathe. Heart stays open as we then turn that right knee forward, lifting that right knee in line with the hip. Flex hard into that right foot as we pivot into a warrior three. Reaching out of the head, we're going to start kicking that right leg back, back, back as we lean the heart forward. Looking forward, kicking up out of that right glute as hard as you can. Kicking with the foot, lengthening with the neck, and slowly bring it back. Shake out the hand, shake out the legs. Wiggle things out together. Inhale to the top. Sigh it out. drop the tension. Everything back to center, feet and hands to heart center. Lifting the toes, squeeze the glutes, find the core, shoulders draw down and back, neck is long. Where's your breath? Find your focus, your drishti. Keep your gaze locked. Shifting the weight into the right leg, we find a kickstand with the left foot. Focusing on tracking that knee out but not dipping down in that left hip, use the core to lift the body up as we take that foot to the inside of the leg. You can always stay here. You could fly your branches. Movement or stillness. Remember, we bend so we don't break. Little bits of movement, swaying is important. Interlace the fingers behind the back if it's in your practice. Opening the heart. Lengthening in the body. Breathe. Preparing for that transition. Taking the right knee to that left knee, to face forward, flex into that foot, lifting that knee in line with the hip. As we reach out of the crown of the head, body's reaching tall, we begin to slowly kick back. Don't let your ego get involved here. This is all about breath. Stay with your breath, kick your drishti, find your warrior three, kick, kick, kick. Leaning, reaching forward, long neck here, and then slowly bring it back. Release the hand, shake it out, drop it all, let it go together. Inhale to the top. Dramatic sigh to let it go. Shine the palms forward, down by the sides. Inhale, mountain, sweep it up and wide. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Any variation. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Coming into a half pigeon, we walk that right foot over into the left wrist. Flex hard into that right foot. Surrender the right leg and then lower down the left. Left leg is nice and long, and then you inhale to get nice and tall here. On the exhale, surrender as much or as little as you need. That may mean hands may be below the shoulders. You may drop down onto the forearms. Don't take it further than your body's willing to let it go. Wherever you are, breath is most important here. Inhaling the ribs wide. And exhaling the belly and heart a little closer to the mat. Keep the spine long. We want room for the lungs. Let your body breathe. This is very valuable for our piriformis, for the glutes, for the hips, for the lower back. 2 more breaths. Get everything you need here. Leave behind everything that no longer serves you. In your own time, walking the hands back below the shoulders, fingers spread wide as we tuck the left toes under, lift that left leg strong. Inhale, engage, exhale, kick it back, 3-legged dog. This time, peel the right hip open, stack the hips. Roll out the ankle, maybe press that heel towards the glute, and then find circles with the knee. Movement or stillness, whatever feels good, then meet me back in down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, finding that half pigeon, walking that left foot over to the right wrist. Flex hard into that left foot, that protects the knee. Right leg stays long. Inhale to get nice and tall. On the exhale, find your variation of a surrender. Remember, it doesn't matter how far we fold. It's all about how deep we breathe. You can stack the fists, rest the third eye if you made it down to the forearms. Otherwise, keep those hands shoulder distance. We don't have to stay in stillness here. If rocking around feels best, stick with it. But again, let's focus on the breath in the rib cage. Inhaling the ribs wide. And exhaling, resting the ribs, the heart a little closer to the mat. Send the oxygen directly to those areas that are screaming right now. Directly to those areas that need it the most. This is a big place where we store a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling. So be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. With 2 more slow breaths. Walking the hands back below the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Tuck the back toes under, lift that back leg strong. Inhale to engage. Exhale, kick it back. Again, stick that heel towards the glute and then draw circles with the knee, peeling that hip open. Let that energy flow back in, however feels good for you. Movement, stillness, and then meet me back in our down dog. Final down dog of the day. Everything you need, leave behind what you don't. Appreciate how much your body's changed. As you drop down to the knees, making your way up towards the top of the mat, shift over onto the sit bones, plant the feet flat in front of you. Hooking the hands behind the knees, pull the shoulders down and back, lengthening the neck here. Open the heart, inhale, lift the hands to the sky. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Walking the feet up close to the glutes, as close as you can get those feet there, as the fingertips can just about scrape the heels, and then walk the feet in to touch, letting the knees butterfly open, soles of the feet press in together, coming into a variation of our Supta Baddha Konasana. On the bottom of your breath, we're going to inhale to lift the hips high. Keep the knees open, pressing the feet in together, pressing the feet into the mat, lifting a little higher, breathing a little deeper. One more breath. A little bit higher. You can do it. And then the exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time, all the way flat onto the back. Knees come back into center. Feet come out wide. Let the knees fall into touch. Counterbalance. Then turning those movements or that stillness into windshield wipers. Let the knees fall from one side to the other. Rocking them from side to side, moving around those hips. Thank those hips. Thank the sacrum. Thank these legs. Oh, we have so much to be grateful for here. As the knees come back into center, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Flex the right foot. Pressing that right ankle into the top of the left thigh, track that right knee down. Then, windshield wiper the legs. Treat the legs here as one unit, so rock them from side to side, but in this figure 4 configuration. Moving that around, making space and preparing for a twist. As the body comes back into center, take the left hand on the top of that right ankle, pull it in a little closer to the hip crease. Again, treating the legs as one unit, track that right knee down. Try to keep both knees in line with one another. Cactusing the right arm, nice big inhale here. And on the exhale, bring both legs over to the left, coming into a twist. This is a variation of twisted roots. Trying to plant that right foot flat onto the ground, tracking that right knee down and away from you. If that feels good and you want a little bit more, act like you're going to stand up on that right foot. Really, really activate, open up. One more breath here. And the exhale, really opening up those ribs. Let's do one more breath, actually. It's good. Inhale to the top. And exhale, opening those ribs, trying to flatten the ribs back down onto the mat. And slowly returning the legs back into center. As we plant the right foot, windshield wiper the legs, the knees side to side. Rearrange and notice the difference between the two sides now. As the body comes back into neutral, left ankle crosses over the right leg. Pressing that left ankle to the top of that right thigh, track that left knee down and away from you. Keeping that left foot flexed, treat the legs as one unit. Rock them from side to side. Again, this just warms us up for the twist. This is what makes the space. Preparing the body, foreshadowing for the body. As we come back into center, right hand grabs that left ankle, pulls it in towards the hip crease. As we track that left knee down away from the body, inhale to cactus the left arm, exhale to twist, bring both legs over to the right. Again, we track that left knee away from the body. And from here, if you still want a little bit more, you track that left hip down and you act like you're going to stand up onto that left foot. With every inhale, lengthen the side body. With every exhale, try to flatten the ribs down to the mat while keeping the legs where they are. It's all about breath here. Honoring this twisted roots for one more slow breath all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. And in your own time, returning the legs back into center, releasing that left foot, windshield wiper the knees, rock them from side to side. Evening out the body, all that stuff that we woke up, it's a good time to flush it out. We flush it out with the movement. So we then return the knees back in to center. Giving ourselves a hug, give yourself a squeeze, pull the knees into the ribs. Rock the knees around, side to side, roll out those ankles, move around the toes, thank the feet, and then send both legs up to the sky. Ankles stacked with knees, knees stacked with hips, grounding down in the sacrum, flexing into both feet as if you were standing on the sky. Now reaching the fingertips, Frankenstein style, up to the sky, dropping down the shoulders to the ground. So wrists stacked with elbows, elbows stacked with shoulders. We inhale to get a little tense, and then exhale into our dead bugs pose. So all the limbs are resting upon each joint, pressing down into the mat, lowering the blood pressure. This in itself is an inversion. Letting the heart not work so hard, letting everything rest. Let the limbs float for 2 more breaths. And the final bit of that breath, we're going to spread the fingers, spread the toes, and then spread everything wide out to the 4 corners in the mat like a star, and surrender, letting everything flop in that starfish. As we coming into our stillness, preparing for our final Shavasana, truly the most important moments of our practice. Head rests heavy, shoulders drop, belly flops, let the glutes and legs go. Letting go of the breath, getting out of the mind. Together, let's bring in one more sip of breath and sigh it out. Let yourself find peace, relaxation, and trust in your full release. connecting back with your breath. Finding subtle movements in the body, wiggles of the fingers, wiggle the toes, roll out the wrists and the ankles. Filling the lungs with breath until we reach the arms up overhead for that good morning stretch. Point the toes, arch the back. Rolling on to your right side in a supported fetal position. The first step is becoming fluent in the language of self. The next step is to learn the language of the world. The final step is to then become gifted in the art of translation. Using the strength in your arms to press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Let us find a place where we can share a single breath together. Sealing our practice today. As the hands guide into heart center, let us empty the lungs completely. Together we pull in a slow, deep, mindful inhale all the way to the top. Hold it at the top. Bring in a little bit more. Maybe one more sip. Then let it go. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. May your entire universe be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. It means so much to me. I hope your body feels great. I hope your mind feels good. I hope you enjoy the practice. And a reminder to drink a lot of extra water, especially as everything we did with those hips. The more liquid we can bring in, the more we can flush out. And in the next day or so, keep those hips moving. Just little shifts here and there, reminding you that the motion is the lotion. Thank you again so much for joining me, and I cannot wait to see you